Hey everyone, Mr. Everything here, and I've had my hands on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for a little over a week now, and I figure I should probably at least do a video on how I feel about it and what my expectations were compared to what the game actually is. And I like to do these really in depth, like I like to nitpick stuff, and maybe you don't like that, maybe you like the 4 minute IGN review, there's a lot of explosions. There's a bunch of new features on the box, and the game gets a 9 out of 10. But I like to really pick at it from the menus to how things load, how the weapons feel, to what it looks like, and how you move, and how people play, and the matchmaking, and how the menus are. I think I said that. But if you saw last year when I didn't have near as many people watching, I did a super in-depth thing on Ghost, and it was probably a little bit too much. I'm not going to do that. Plus, I did extinction mode separate, so that made it like two 20-minute videos. I don't really want to go over 20 minutes. I'd like to really get 15. It might be a little bit longer because I'm going to do gameplay and talk over some of the gameplay. So, if you really just don't want to watch a review that long, just stay tuned because I'm probably going to show at least one or two, maybe two game modes, gameplay matches. So, because they're kind of shorter now, 5-6 minutes. But let's start it up. I want to show you how quick it loads. That's something Call of Duty's been good at since like Black Ops 2. It just takes you straight into the game. Might have to adjust the volume or some things here. I have to see how things will sound because I don't want to scream over the TV. You can skip this. Go straight into the game. Now something I'm just going to point out here, like if you look at that animation, it looks like it has a bad frame rate. I know this is just me picking more than I need to, but you can't see it as well here. Let's see if I can brighten it up a little bit too. Let's give it a second. So that's about how long it'll take to get into a multiplayer. But just watch that. Like you can see a little bit of screen tearing and stuff. I'm not sure if that's just effects they put in, or if it's because they're trying to show so much detail in that quick little. There we go. I don't know what that, but that's just me getting really picky. But so you go to Xbox Live. The first thing I did when I tried is I went to Combat Readiness Program, and that was pretty fun. That's actually where I did the best at because I think they pair you against other people that don't know what they're doing. I'm actually tempted to kind of go back to that and practice a little bit more, although I've had I think about 15 hours of gameplay in, so I got a good idea of how the maps and stuff work, or how they're laid out and where people go. But it's hard to tell for this game, and I'll get to that. So this is probably the main spot where you'll be spending most of your time when you're playing this, and it should be centered there. The only thing I don't like is here up on the top, like it shows your new items, and you get this stupid bloodshed helmet like over and over and over. It's like a timed thing. It's dumb. It's like a gimmick. Like if Black Ops, you had the contracts, which were stupid, and then with Ghost, you had like operations, and there's always like that one stupid thing that they put in the game every year that no one likes it, but then they just take it out the next year. So why it's in there, I don't know. First thing you do is you'll want to go to, when you start out, you create your character. So customization, male, female, and that's what I did here. And then you can change your outfits, change your glasses, your helmets here and stuff. And it's kind of like Ghost, but I don't know. I kind of like Ghost stuff better. Maybe it's because I haven't unlocked more. Like with the Ghost, it seemed like if you wanted a certain article of clothing, you had to complete an objective and do it, and I liked that. With this game, it's kind of just at random. I think you get like loot, which that's kind of a lame term to try and make the game somehow compete with Destiny. You just unlock things now and then, which is kind of dumb. I'd rather have like specific things you have to try and do to make the gameplay more fun to unlock what you want. So there's just some things there. And something I was hoping that they would have in this game, which they do, is emblems again, so you can make your own emblem. So, emblem, and I just carried over one. I just redid one of the ones from that I used on Black Ops 2. And I guess I could probably do more. I was waiting to unlock like prestige or something, so you can unlock more figures and shapes to use. But it's pretty much the same thing as Black Ops. Like, say you get this. It's a little bit different though. Like you have to I don't like how they made the emblem editor so little. I think it said you can use the Advanced Warfare app, which I haven't tried yet. But it's pretty much the same thing, so not as good as Black Ops 2. And that's what I'm going to really compare this game to, is Black Ops 2. I think that's the best Call of Duty, you know, in recent games that they've done. I think it's just the best one. This comes close to it, but I don't know. I still think Black Ops 2 did a lot of this stuff better. Combat record, not really that good. That's both me and the way it's displaying. I mean, you can see your overall KD and stuff, but say, well, I guess I can't access it here. I have to go to leaderboards. If I want to compare myself to my friends, you would go to friends, and that's standard. Then you have hardcore, and then you have classic. And I don't know, like I'll show you in the multiplayer matchmaking, I just don't like how it's set up. You can't really access that information. You can only see your own and your friends. And then the global leaderboard. Clans, prestige, you know, all that works, COD account. Store, all you can get right now is a season pass. Private match. Armories, where you can access the things you unlocked, which you can sell for XP. So, say I don't want these, I can get 1,000 XP for it. Sometimes you want to remember to go through that and sell some things. Nothing that great, I mean. Sometimes you unlock nice ones, like I think I'm using that one there. So let me just get into a match here. Team Deathmatch, Domination, Kill Confirmed, Ground War, Uplinks, a new one, Momentum, that might be, I think that's a new one, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Search and Rescue, Capture the Flag, Free-for-all, bonus playlists. You have to have the season pass for that Atlas map. I'm sure it'll be released to everyone in a couple months like they always do. Hardcore playlists, rank play, which that took me straight in, and then classic is like basically the old movement of Call of Duty. So I'll just do a quick match of Team Deathmatch. Hopefully I won't get put into a game. Okay, so I'm in a lobby. So you can see the different loadouts of people, and I really don't like how it scrolls around through them. I liked on Ghost, that was something I liked, where it was just stationary and it would just go down one at a time instead of kind of rotating through. And then say you want to look at someone, you go over, and all that does is shows their loadout and then the stats of their gun, which I think is stupid. I would rather see their KD and, you know, their information and stuff like that. I don't really care what their loadout is. If you want to see that, you know, you can see that in the kill cam. If they kill you, then you know what they're doing. I'm not the kind of person that wants to see what they carry or whatever and then go over. And then it's bad enough they show that, but then when you go over to the second screen, it shows the stats on the weapon. I mean, you can check that in the loadout. So why would you want that? I would rather have like their logo, their emblem, I should say. Like, is that me? No. I don't know why it had me as a woman there. Maybe I changed it when I went into. And then this is another thing. You can see that little slightly gray bar going across. That was like stuck halfway through, but they patched it because there was a few little things like that where like the progress bar didn't slide across, and the ping thing, like your signal connection. Everyone had a red one. So there was a recent update that didn't fix much, but it did change things a little bit. Hopefully they'll have more. Now I'm pretty much just going to show this gameplay and talk a little bit when I find things that happen that I wanted to talk about. I got the camera in front of me, so hopefully I can do this. Nope. Hopefully I don't do terrible. I'm already off to a bad start. And you'll see more of that, to where the guns feel very unbalanced. And you'll see a lot of that too, of people being able to jump around so much. You really can't You really can't fire shots out without someone else seeing you and coming after you. A lot of halo jumping. That makes it very hard to aim. I've tried high sensitivity, low sensitivity. High sensitivity, it's almost impossible to aim down your sight and get them. Low sensitivity, they jump all over the place and you can't keep after them. So I think mine's on 4. That's one set above default, which is 3. And that happens a lot too. You get shot with 1 or 2 bullets like that, but then you get a guy and you can't even get him. It's just annoying. Weapons don't feel very balanced at all. Now, one thing you might say is, you know, why am I running all over the place and not trying to stay put? Well, I don't always do that. I like to do a lot of run and gun, but in this game, you really can't stay in the same position, because if you stay in the same position, you'll get killed really quick because they're all over the place. Like, see, if I would have just stayed there, which I pretty much did, but you just can't fire. You can't, even if you cloak, and they still get you almost every time. See? Look at that. And that's another thing, using your sidearm, I rarely do it because, again, the gun seems so overpowered sometimes that, you know, one more round shot into you from them, you know, you don't have a chance. In Black Ops 2, you could have some good battles because your health didn't seem as low. You could have some good battles where, you know, it'd be back and forth, they'd get a few shots, you'd jump. But see here, you know, you get shot, you're pretty much done for. And now, yeah, another thing, you can use the exo stim where it increases your health, but you have to know when to press it, so it's kind of useless. Somehow I made it back into first place. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to show 2 matches if you want to see more gameplay. Oh, I got a headshot. Well, yeah, that's another thing. The hit detection's terrible. Like, they really dumbed it down. Oh, come on, get out of my way there, dude. See, look at that. Let's shoot. I'm gonna show you this one. I don't believe that's a sniper rifle. Watch that. I see him before he sees me, and yet that happens so much. Looks like we're still gonna win though, so that's good. Oh, let's see if I can get the last kill. Yeah. No. See, that's not. There it is again. I hate that. You see him first, you aim on him first, and then I still get killed. I hate that. And I never had that happen. Like, I thought Ghost was bad with that, but this game's terrible at that. So I somehow got first place, even though I didn't do very well, but that's about how I am. Like, KD's not very good on this game. And I'm still gonna finish my, I guess you could call it review. I just call it like a tour, an in-depth look or something. You see I'm almost about to prestige here. If you unlock the loot crate or whatever, and it's not called that, that'd be a good way to get a sponsor. Though. If you unlock the thing, it would be up here and it would just show you what you unlocked, but you don't get one all the time. Biolab's pretty good. That's a pretty fast map, but I don't know. The review would just go too long if I show another one. If you want to see more gameplay, you know, just not me reviewing it, but just showing some gameplay, I can do that. I would like to be able to just record off the Xbox, but you can only do 5-minute clips. And the snap feature with this game is just terrible. Actually, let me show you that. Okay, say I back out and want to go do something, and you can see right now the friends, I have the, what's it called, the preview thing where you get the newer builds and they're always buggy. But I think you have to be in an actual match for this to happen. If you back out, you get these notifications all the time popping up. It's just annoying. See, that always pops up. And Titanfall did the same thing, but this will do it like 30 times. Like, you keep trying to back out of it, and it'll just keep doing it. So if I say decline, and then you're just going to see, like, the match beginning. And then I'll go back here, and it'll do it again, probably. I think they, once the patch came out, it didn't do it as badly, but it still happens. See, actually, if I go up here, you can see how many times it has happened recently. Like, and that's just for me going to the menu and trying to. Oh, got the wrong thing there. That's me going to the menu and just trying to. You can see my loadouts here. I pretty much only used the first one and that one. The other. I did try using the sniper rifle on Search and Destroy, and I'm not a good sniper, but it was so easy. Again, that's just where they've dumbed down the game. So let me just leave and just finish up. I could show you the snapping thing where it kind of just takes forever with this game, which, I mean, I don't know why it bogs down the Xbox that much. It should be able to run this game. It's, you know, not talking about the resolution, but it should be able to play a decently looking game and do the snap thing pretty quickly. See, that just takes too long. If you want to make a clip, look how long that takes. And then if I told her to make a 5-minute clip, sometimes you only get like 3 minutes for some reason. So I kind of have to show you via my webcam what I'm doing. I need more support on YouTube. I'm really glad. I mean, I'm getting a big spike in viewers and stuff. I really appreciate that. And yeah, next stop, I want to get external hard drive, 2 terabyte. It's a pretty good price on this. You can see how long that took. And so I can put more games on here because I'm about out of space. I can delete some demos and stuff, but I need to get a hard drive. Then after that, maybe I can get a better camera or a capture card, which would be nice. But to finish up, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about just how the game plays. Again, like I said, things just feel really unbalanced. It seems like you get killed way too quick with all the jumping back and forth. I mean, it's just not fun. Like, they took the tactical ability out of Call of Duty. I know it was always low arcadey and stuff, but it's nothing near Battlefield. I mean, that game's just a whole different kind of, you know, experience. It's frustrating that you just get killed so much. There's just behind you, all corners. There's always 2 or 3 at a time where you'll aim at one guy, the other guy's behind you. On Ghost, that happened too, but at least you could kill the one guy, turn around, and have a chance. Now it's like one shot and you're done. The sniping takes no skill. You just aim and shoot. They've really dumbed it down for casuals, and I hate when people do that. That's like I like to compare a lot of things to pro wrestling. I like WWE. They were good when they had a target demographic, and they were, they weren't everyone's cup of tea, but that made them different. That made them something. Now they made it try to family friendly, and it's just not as good. You see what that happens when you try and spread something out and make it into something else. It just doesn't work all the time. I think they did that with this game. They made it too easy to play, which somehow made it harder to play because it's like the less skilled players just seem to have the advantage. And this is just me complaining, but these are just my thoughts on it. I mean, I'm not the best Call of Duty player ever, but I've put lots of time in. I've gotten pretty good over the years. I've been playing since MW2, and honestly, MW2, Black Ops 2, and even Ghost now. I mean, I hated Ghost. If you watched that video from last year, I wasn't all that happy with it, but I'm tempted to sell this game while it's still worth a lot, because I bought it used with a discount because I had a birthday discount and only paid like $45 for it. You can still get $40 for it. I might go ahead and get Grand Theft Auto 5 or something, not pay much more, and then buy the season pass for Ghost. But the problem with that is Ghost literally is a ghost town. There was like barely anyone playing it. And I miss that game now compared to this. Now, yes, you have the classic Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, I think maybe Domination, and Search and Destroy, but that's even harder on here almost. I think it's because the maps really were designed for the exo movement, the jumping and the dashing, and you can't, it's just weird playing it the other way. I mean, you can still do it, but it's still a lot of the same problems with the hit detection and all that. And let's see if there's anything else I wanted to complain about here. There's some other modes, like you go back to the menu, and there's always like that third mode that they're including in their games now. I didn't try the the campaign yet. I usually do that later down the line. It looks pretty good. So this is called Exo Survival. So maybe at some point I'll show that. I guess it's kind of like zombies, but just with different things. And of course there isn't an actual zombies. I don't know if it's DLC or just coming later. I really don't care. I really had high hopes for this game, and I think that might be some of the problem, because I didn't like Ghosts, but compared to that now, I mean, I miss Ghosts. That's how I am with every Call of Duty. When I get it, I hate it. Then I go back and play the old one. Then I get sick of that and come back and like the new one. But I don't know if it's going to happen this time, because this game's really hard to play. Now, granted, when you get a game this early, there's always bugs, and quite honestly, games shouldn't ship with bugs. They should be ready from when they're released. I don't care what other people say if it's online based or what. I mean, they did it before, and certainly they didn't really have online like they did now, like 10 years ago. But still, the games just don't even feel finished or really even well done anymore. But that's a video for another time, actually. I mean, trying to think of that one more thing I wanted to say. Like I said, I might go back to Ghost, but another thing I've experienced when you first get Call of Duty, all like the no-lices, I like to call them, or whatever, and all the hardcore players, they're usually the first ones to get the game. After Christmas, when a bunch of kids get the game and a bunch of just people, it's like, I'll play it, but I don't really care about it that much. Generally after Christmas, there's so many more people that it just gets a lot easier to play, because it's easier to have a wider range of players out there than just the same group. And you'll notice that if you play like an older COD that has like a couple thousand people online. And speaking of that, there is one more thing I wanted to show. I liked when it would show you how many people are online. I don't know why they took that out. Maybe that'll come back in a patch, but I hate when they take that out. I like to know how many people are online, because generally, again, the more on there, the better matches you'll find. I wish that, I don't know, who's the studio here? Sledgehammer Games? Are they like embarrassed that they think no one's going to play their game or something? Like, why can't you show that? Black Ops used to have their count like way down there in real big font. There was always like 200,000 people. There's probably still a lot of people playing Black Ops 2. That was such a good game. I'm really looking forward to Black Ops 3. Hope they make it. Hopefully, I know you really can't continue the story because it depends on how the game ended for you. The older characters could have died off, but the younger ones are still alive, I think. So I'm pretty sure that's how it ended. So maybe there'll be a Black Ops 3, or maybe it'll be like a prequel thing, like where it's the before the first one, because I really like the Vietnam. That'd be nice to go back to that. Either way, I've been really happy with Treyarch, what they've been doing every time they get the ball. So I think Black Ops 3, or whatever it'll be called, hopefully actually will live up to the hype, which they hype games up so much anymore. I look forward to that one. I hope it'll be good. Um, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do here. If I want to keep playing it, see how it turns out, if I get any better, or just get frustrated with it and sell it, and then get something else, and then maybe buy this back, for way less used months from now. I don't know yet. It's an iffy experience. I went in having high hopes. I did have some good fun, but probably 70 to 80% is just pure frustration. Just don't feel like it doesn't feel like Call of Duty, and that's not in a good way. And this should have been Titanfall. Like, if this was Titanfall, this would have been such a great game, because that one didn't have as big of expectations, I don't think. But for this being to pick up where Ghost left off, it did some good things, but it did a lot of bad. Graphics are much better. But I don't know, maybe they can fine-tune the guns or something. That would help a lot, but the maps feel too small, and that was the problem with Ghost. The maps were too big. If you were playing at these exo movements on a big map on Ghost, that would have felt pretty good. Honestly, this would have been the better game to launch on the Xbox One. It would have been more unique. This would have been Titanfall, and then Ghost would have came after with some improvements. That's just, it's iffy, because you don't know which game you like. None of them really did all that well, but you just wonder why they all came out that way, and they all had different problems with them, and they still all seem to do have some kind of problem that makes them not that fun. But at this point, you probably know that I'm up in the air about the game. What do you think about it? Do you play it? Actually, what system are you playing? Are you playing it on the last gen consoles, the next gen? That's another thing I gotta say before I end the video. They gotta quit making the 360. All that does is fragments the user base even more, because you can't play with each other on the servers. So I mean, they just need to get rid of that now. There's really no more 360 or PS3 exclusives coming out, I don't think. Just kill those off now. Leave the online up for people, if the games can still play them, because there's still some great games that'll last for years, but no more, don't water down the title just to shove it on last gen. That's another thing of WWE 2K15, which I should have mentioned at the beginning, because I'm sure most people aren't going to watch the whole thing. But that game I'll be getting Monday night at the midnight launch, and I will have an unboxing. I'm going to try and do some gameplay and some entrances, but I got to be careful, because I know WWE loves to copyright hammer people down, so hopefully the videos won't get taken down. But that game will be coming, and that's, again, they shouldn't have put it on last gen because people got upset. Well, that's because their focus is on next gen. They probably didn't even touch the last gen version very much, and rightfully so. They really shouldn't. I mean, their focus needs to be on this now. It's time to jump ship. The consoles are cheaper than ever. There's a good bit of games out now. Now's the time to get them. I'm just talking too much. I mean, the video is not too long. It's not as long as my last year video of Ghost. There's more people watching me now. Maybe you'll like the long videos. Maybe you won't. If you don't, just let me know. I can make a condensed version or just talk about some other things. Hope you did enjoy it. And I'm going to be doing some more videos here, like I said. So please subscribe, just if you came upon this video. And just really, thanks for watching. Try and have fun with this game if it's possible.